Your your social security statement looking weird. I get this email every year, probably 10 emails a year say, hey Josh, my social security statement is off. I get it, man. I don't know what that's going on. I get this like a lot, actually. So a lot of people look at their social security statement. It says it's not tracking correctly. Always towards the end of the year too. Very, very odd. My man Larry Kotlikoff had done an article on this a couple years back. I can't remember what his website is. I just can't remember. But it's Larry Kotlikoff, Kotlikoff, and just type him into your favorite search engine. And Google is usually good for most things, except when it comes to politics or anything like that. Then they're very, very biased, and they should be broken up. Absolutely, Trump's train. Going to get on the anti-monopolization Trump train. Leave Lina Khan as chair of the FTC, Trumpster. Don't need any more Robert Borks. We've learned our lesson. I hope so. The right-wingers, we're big business. They're just serving their customer. That's what we all thought back in the 80s and 90s. I remember when Clinton went after the DOJ with Janet Reno after she killed those people in the Waco, and then Ruby Ridge. I remember Clinton went hard after Microsoft. And I'll never forget that. Arguing with my mom. My mom's big lib. Saying, how dare they, this is just capitalist. And what a fool I was. I was, 1998. I was 28 years old. I wasn't dumb. Even had a college degree. Look at us guys with college degrees think we're all that in a bag of chips, and it turns out we ain't nothing. But anyway, so point being is, the Trump train in town, get rid of, hopefully, following the path of Lina Khan and going after monopolization practices. That'd be a good thing. I don't know why I went off that tangent. Got a new phone, by the way. Hi. Look, ladies, my new phone. Showing my pearly yellows. Even clear. Look at the sun. Look, let's see. Look at those pearly yellows. Look, ladies. You guys like, oh, Josh, you're so handsome. I'm like, yeah, we love the pearly yellows. I'm like, I know it, ladies. I used to have pearly whites until I met my wife. And then I took off the facade. I showed her my real teeth. I bring my wife coffee every day in the morning. Wake her up. You ladies should be jealous of her. If you only knew the crap my wife's got to put up with, is kind of funny. I love that woman. She cray. Anyway, so Kotlikoff had written an article on this, and he wasn't really sure. I mean, this a couple years, maybe it was last year, 2 years ago. Maybe he wasn't sure what was causing the social security statements to be messed up. But every year I get this. It's crazy. I don't know. All I know is we know for a fact what the max benefit will be. All right, so you can basically get a pretty good gauge of your social security benefit by knowing what the max benefit would be. I think the max benefit is like $38.67 or something like that. That's without delayed earnings credits, by the way. So let's just say you're making the equivalent of $100,000 a year for your entire career, just for simplicity. I mean, that'd be $100,000 this year, which is nowhere near the max, because the max this year is like $169, but you're making six figures. All right, so you've been making good money for the equivalent of your career. You have a pretty good idea that your social security benefit is probably going to be about $3,300 or $3,400 or something like that. And so as long as it's showing your PIA has that kind of number, you should be fine. Not anything to make me like stress about it and really get down the dirt about it. Look, I'm kind of lazy, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, I'm not going to go and try to prove that they're off by $5 or $10 a month. I'm just not going to do it. You can. I'm not going to yell at you. But at the end of the day, I think Social Security is pretty spot on. And I just say that because I've seen so many people's Social Security numbers. Like, yeah, that seems correct to me. Again, without going into the detail of their index, top 35 years of index earnings and all that. And just not going to do that. But we get an idea because their AIME, their average index monthly earnings is, 5,742 or something like that. And you're like, all right, does that make sense relative to what their historic earnings are after you index them? You're like, yeah, that makes sense. Is that to the penny? Probably not. Is it pretty close? Probably. But anyway, so my man just emailed me the other day. He's like, look, it seems like they're off on my earnings for 2023 or something. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. I said, yeah, I get it, man. I don't know. Just keep an eye on it for sure. But again, how much is that going to change your AIME? Probably not much. And if it doesn't change your AIME that much, it won't change your PIA that much, which is your primary insurance amount, which is the amount you get at your FRA, which is your full retirement age. And don't forget, when you take your DECs, delayed earnings credits, it's like Ackerman Central here, baby. It's like the military. Anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I just keep your eyes up peeled on it. Just make sure that they're not looking. You want to look at your history of earnings. You don't want them to miss a year or 5 without question, but just keep your eyes peeled for that. All right. God bless. Love to hear thoughts about my new phone. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Hopefully you can see this, my pearl yellows and my skin. I'm sure I'm showing up all my zits I got. You know, as a 54-year-old man, I'm on menopause, still busting out with zits. I see it.